Welcome to Vanderbilly.com. Today we're going to look at Rory Gallagher's Do You Read Me off the Calling Card album. In part one, I'm going to cover the opening solo, and then in part two, I'll do all the chords for the song. And in part three, I'll cover the middle and final solos if people are interested in those. This song actually doesn't have a chorus, but it does have an instrumental break, which functions something like a chorus, and it has a bridge that leads to from that break to other verses and solos. This lesson's based mostly on the studio album, studio version of the song, but there are some rhythm elements from live videos that are thrown in. And I would suggest you take a look at or listen to the studio album to get the real map of the song. So let's get started with the intro solo, and we'll take it from there. Okay, we're going to take a look at this, the first solo. First of all, it's in the D minor pentatonic. You're going to be using the third and fourth positions of that scale. Third position, if you start on a third fret, you'd be going. And fourth position, if you start on the fifth fret, it would be. Everything you're playing is going to be somewhere in that those two scales or those two positions, except for I think one note. So keep that in mind. The other thing is that this is a series of phrases. All right, in the first phrase that we're going to tackle, the opening one, you're going to take your first finger, you're going to put it on the D string, 5th fret, and you're going to put your ring finger, on the G string, 5th fret, and your ring finger on the B string, 6th fret, just like this, okay? And you're going to rake across those, starting with the open D. You're going to mute your strings with your picking hand here, so you're going to get, and then you're going to come back down, play the same strings. Follow that up with the D string, 7th fret. You're going to start and then do double stop here on the 5th string, G and B strings. 5th fret, G and B. And finish with. So the whole thing is. And it's good to slide off that last note there, because it kind of ends your phrase for you. Okay, the second phrase starts with a trill. You're going to do that on the B string, 3rd to 6th frets. I strongly recommend making the stretch with your ring finger, even though it is from 3 to 6. If you do it with your pinky, you're not going to have the speed or control. So try and make that stretch. And the other good reason to do that is that you're going to use that ring finger for the next part of the phrase, which is a slide up on the D string from the 5th fret to the 7th. And the rest of that phrase is. Even slower, it would be. All right, so starting with the trill. And then we're going to have two phrases that are pretty much similar, and guess what? They both start with a slide up using the ring finger. This time you're going to be on the A string, the 3rd fret, sliding up to the 5th. Okay. And you gotta have, it's got to be kind of snappy, so it's gonna, I'll play it once more slowly. I'm getting out of the picture here. Let's try it again. And he likes to, you know, cut that last note short, so it really has some power to it. And the next phrase is very similar, but a different ending. Same start, different ending. So it's... Okay. And the final phrase, which is a little bit longer than the others, starts with, guess what? A slide up using your ring finger. Yeah, you're going to start on a D string, 5th fret. You're going to slide up to the 7th. And then you're going to walk up that pentatonic scale, that D minor pentatonic scale. And a big bend. And then the rest of it is... So we have to slide out of the scale. Okay. That's the 1st string 10th fret. And it's okay on this last note if you pick up the a double stop here on the 10th fret. You're just going to let that ring, and then you move into the into the chords, which we'll get into next. Okay.